Alright, so it's been a while since I've done a video on the 4Runner, so I just want to make this video to do kind of a progress update on where we're at with the 4Runner and all the stuff that I've gotten done with it. Alright, so since the last video, I was able to get the old motor out and started to kind of clean up inside here. I still got a lot of cleaning to do. It's just like an oily mess. I changed my plans with the motor that I'm going to buy, so I'm actually going to get a motor from a company called Raptor Engines, and they're out of Portland, Oregon. He makes a High Pro 3.0 3VZ engine. I think it makes 50 more horsepower and more torque than the stock. I think it's like almost equivalent, supposedly equivalent to the 3.4 Toyota. So obviously making that switch from the $1,600 motor that I had before to that Raptor motor, it was a little bit more money, but it wasn't too bad, and it's kind of nice knowing that the motor's going to be brand new instead of having a used motor put in it. So the company that I was originally going to get my motor from, the motor had I think 100,000 miles on it. They were asking $1,600 and they just ended up being really sketchy. I've talked to like 4 people from the company. It sounded like they were just sourcing motors out of junkyards that they didn't even have in their warehouse, because she couldn't tell me like when it was going to ship. They couldn't give me a VIN number. They didn't have any information on the motor, so I think they just pull from junkyards and then they have no idea what condition the motor's in and they ship it to you. So once I found that out, that was kind of sketchy, and I just ended up going with this other motor. The Raptor Engines guy, he's out of Portland. I've heard kind of mixed reviews. A lot of them are pretty good reviews. The only downside with him is I heard that the customer service is not very good. I've been talking back and forth with him and it hasn't been too bad for me. He's been super helpful. He's answered all my phone calls. He's kept me updated on shipping. I mean, I've had to call and like ask him, but it's been fairly decent. So if you're gonna buy an engine, don't buy it from SW Engines. I think it's like Southwest Engines or something, but they're like super sketchy. Okay, so back to the motor. The new motor from Raptor Engines is supposed to be here in a week or two. I talked to him. I'm gonna call him this next week and he's gonna give me like actual ship date. So that's gonna be cool once I get that. So I got a lot of work to do before I get that though. So the next thing that I got done with this was the body lift. It originally had a 3-inch spacer. I cut them down to 1.5 inches and I think it looks a lot better. Drop the body down. You can't see the frame as much on the side, which is kind of nice. It'll obviously look a lot better with a bumper on it, but from like a side profile, the frame used to hang down pretty low, and 1.5 inches doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it actually made it look a lot better. So it was kind of a pain to take this body lift off because the bolts were like seized in there. So I'll throw a clip of how I did it in here, like maybe while I'm talking, but I basically just jacked it up on the side, right up here, and then I did one side at a time. So after I got all the body lift bolts out, I jacked up one side at a time, took them out, cut them, put them back in, lowered it down, went to the other side, jacked that side up, took those out, cut those, put it back in, so on. Figured while I was taking all this stuff apart anyways, I just went and got new washers and all new hardware, bolts, nuts, washers, everything for the body lift. So one of the other things that I got done was I got new tires. So the tires that I ended up going with, I ended up doing the 33s on the stock rims. I got a super good deal on the BF Goodrich KO2s, I think, an all-terrain tire. They're 33, 10, 5, 15. So I stuck with the stock rims just because I'm kind of on a budget. I want to get the motor in and everything first before I start spending money on rims and accessory stuff like that. Plus the stock rims are aluminum, so they're a little lighter than like a steel rock crawler wheel, which is going to be nice for fuel mileage and power. Supposedly what I've been reading on the forums, they say that the rim weight kind of makes a difference in power and gas mileage. I don't know how true that is though. I'm missing center caps now.
The what?
Center caps. Put in there. Thank you. Yeah, of course. Man, these things are heavy. I hope it fit. All right.
Ready?
Yep. I'm super happy with how the tires look. They look a lot better than the ones that were on it, that's for sure. It lifted the truck a little higher too, and it just looks more aggressive and looks better. So one of the other things that I kind of had an issue with was getting the back window to go down. I've heard just from the forums and stuff that I've read, a lot of people have trouble with the back window sensor. I think it's on the windshield wiper, making it so that the back window won't go down. So I popped that plastic panel off, and I got a short piece of wire and 2 connectors, and I basically just plugged it into it. I unplugged the window sensor and plugged the new wire just back into itself basically, and it kind of bypasses the windshield. I don't think the windshield wiper will work like that, but just for now, to get the back window down, that's what I'm doing with that. So that's pretty much all that I got done so far. That's kind of where we're at. I'm just waiting for the new motor to come in and just cleaning parts so that I can swap them over there. If anybody has used Raptor engines before, leave a comment and just tell me what your experience was, because I'm kind of curious with the whole situation. It kind of sounds too good to be true, but from what I've seen online, a lot of people seem to like those motors, and having a little extra power is nice, considering these things came underpowered. Okay, so that pretty much catches up where I'm at with the 4Runner. I think I'm gonna wrap the video up here. Like I said earlier, if anyone has ever done an engine swap with the Raptor engines motor, let me know how that worked out for you. Let me know if you still have the vehicle, if you still like it. The motor that I ordered is scheduled to ship and possibly deliver next week, so I'll probably do another video just kind of showing what the motor looks like when it shows up. And I also have some stuff that I want to get done as far as like cleaning, just cleaning the engine bay, cleaning parts, and taking stuff off the old motor, cleaning it so I could swap it over, so when I get the new motor, it's kind of everything's just ready to go and I can throw it in. All right, thanks for watching. Peace.